Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, majestic wayshowers of the great awakening journey. We walk the celestial path of the soul star transformation of all realms into fifth dimensional reality. The elven nation from 12th dimensional Venus is with us now for the final court of honor to usher in the new realm of the unity of all kingdoms upon earth. We call this the crystal kingdom of the eternal heavens of the way. All nations rise in unity, all lands are recognized as sacred, the people become sovereign entities unto themselves. All reign supreme in the world of the enlightenment of all sentient beings of pure light. Over the last 72 hours, we had an X-class flare emanate off the backside of Solaris. We had a 30 Hz gamma blast on the Schumann and 12 hours of blackout on the resonance charts. These events are preparing us for the 22-22-22 portal on Tuesday, February 22nd, which synchronizes with the U.S. Pluto return that has not occurred in over 248 years ago on the day of the founding and independence of the USA on July 4th, 1776. This is the moment we step into true independence and individual sovereignty for the activation of the new Jerusalem of eternal peace and prosperity for all sentient beings of pure light. We reclaim our divine sovereignty for all to be redeemed in the sacred covenant of humanity with Source Creator, Code of the 144. In this redemption, we are being released from the cage of the human condition and take flight as angelic warriors of the guardian legion of Mother Gaia and all her children of the sun. We take flight into the heavenly realms as we transcend and ascend into the freedom we have trained to achieve in this lifetime of the organic ascension. We break through and break free from all false limited programs and constructs of pain and suffering to emerge as indestructible diamond rainbow light beings of eternity. The new Avalon is rising from the mists of the merging of the water and fire in Hieros Gamos for the new kingdom of heaven on earth. Aho. Welcome, beloved beings of light. I am Paul, White Gold Eagle from PrimeDisclosure.com. We have many powerful transmissions again for you today from our sacred New Earth scribes, so be sure to stick around to the very end, and please do us a favor, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and share this video with your teams and tribes all over this realm. And with these massive energies coming in, we had multiple activations all over this realm again today with 130 M1.5 or greater earthquakes, the most powerful 5.4 in the Pacific Antarctic Ridge. Earlier today in Indonesia on the Ring of Fire, 4.4, Divine 44 coming in. Bonin Islands, Japan, 5-0, 10-kilometer depth, 5 into the 10. Philippines, another 4-4, 8-8 portal, Lionsgate, Lyran Nation of the new feline lineage of the new Lemuria. Tonga, we had a 5.1, then the most powerful 5-4 Pacific Antarctic Ridge at 1646, 64 into the 46. The mirror code of the Matrix. Yukon, Canada, 3-2. Central Alaska, 3-0. Ferndale, California, 3-1. Monroe, Utah, 3-5. U.S. Virgin Islands, 3.7, 37 into 73. Heaven on Earth. New Masculine, Atlantean Energy. Northern Alaska, 3-2. Puerto Rico, 3-5. Another 8 portal, 8-8-8. Papua New Guinea, 4-9. 13 Divine Goddess. In the heart of Lemuria, Pahala, Hawaii, another 3.7, 37 into 73, rising, ascending into heavenly gates. Akutan, Alaska, 3-9, 12 Divine Feminine. Indonesia, 4.5, Council of 9 coming in very deep. 312, 312 kilometer depth. 444 coming in. Virgin Islands, New Atlantean Energy, 3.5, another 8 code. Another 37-kilometer depth, Tonga 4.9, Indonesia 4.7. The whole ring of fire again totally lit up, totally activating the sacred holy fires of Shiva surrounding and engulfing the Sacred Heart Center with this powerful fire energy and the heart of the lion through the Lion's Gate alignments. Now we continue with the Sabian symbols. Right now the moon is at 13 degrees, 49 minutes Libra. The sun is at 1 degree, 31 minutes Pisces. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 2 degrees Pisces. A squirrel hiding from hunters. The current Sabian symbol for the moon at 14 degrees Libra. In the heat of noon, a man takes a siesta. Time for nappy time. From astrologyweekly.com. And now we begin a new deck for you all today. My sacred Condor pulls a card for you today from the deck Animal Spirits Knowledge Cards from Susan Eleanor and John Nageki. And the first card from the deck, as my queen was shuffling the deck, this card literally flew out the deck. Very synchronic. The first card from Animal Spirits, Tiger, synchronizing with this powerful year of the water tiger. Symbology, primal power, creation, sexuality, perception. While all the feline images denote power, tigers are particularly powerful. In China, they are considered the king of all beasts. In Hindu mythology, the tiger is associated with the goddess Kali, who represents creation, sexuality, and death. In traditional Sumatran culture, tigers were killed only in self-defense, out of fear of inspiring the collective hostility of other tigers. When Europeans began setting tiger traps in Sumatra, the local inhabitants would go out to the traps to explain to the animals that the devices were not constructed with their consent. In the painting of this card entitled Tiger Eye, the tiger is framed in a kind of cartouche, which implies regal status and emphasizes the eye motif. Like all cats, tigers have binocular vision, which gives them greater depth of vision and the ability to judge distances accurately. The eye of the tiger symbolizes sound judgment and keen perception. The Tiger Nation with us now. Beautiful feline kingdom. And now we continue from Divine Brother of the Light, Rick Jewers. Divine task. Begin activating with white and gold light all pyramidal structures in the Ukraine immediately. Thank you, love and light, Rick. And from the Summit Lighthouse, our journey through the cycles. We begin walking through the cycles of the cosmic clock when we are born. We begin at the point of origin of all cycles, at the 12 o'clock line. 1 year later, on our birthday, we enter the 1 o'clock line, and so on once around the clock every 12 years of our life. As we enter each new line of the clock, we receive an increment of light corresponding to the quality on that line, and we also face the tests of how we will use that energy or misuse it. From encyclopedia.summitlighthouse.org, and from Divine Sister of the Light, Camilla Ackerstrom. Remembrance of Divine Origin. It was already decided that we would be sent to the earth, each and every one of us. All the original mothers and fathers that once seeded planet Earth are here now, and the awakening of those are essential for the ascension of human consciousness to take place. As we awaken the remembrance of divine origin, we open our inner knowing not only of who we are, but it brings us into focus of our divine mission and a life in world service. This divine force will pull you out of distractions, inner chaos and confusion. It terminates years of inner struggle and pain. Remembrance is everything. In love and grace, Camilla, CamillaMara.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Enotija Arsik. Inside, the new earth is in the midst of creation. Divine shows me how the Society of Heaven creates a new earth like artists on a blank canvas. We are invited to co-create together, bring colors, joy and life to the canvas, and we as workers of light add our own light. Restoration of the mineral, crystal, herbal, animal world is rising in front of our eyes and revives. Establishment of the joint creation of the new world. Message of divine to the workers of light. We were waiting for you. I greet you and call you for the only time. The way to Mother, Father, God is the only way. Alone. You have had many temptations and stumbling blocks. Now you are here where you need to be. You have noticed our actions through your world, alluding to the miracles that happened, proof of the presence of the Spirit of God. Relax, there will be more and more of them, because the veil in between is getting thinner. You have the support of heaven and other galaxies, brothers and sisters. We need you. We need your strength. Stay in it. I wish you stability, modesty, dedication, a heart full of love and perseverance. Don't give up. We are just starting to work. Each day create. Create as it is expected to you. Through song, game, joy, your canvas will grow. A new earth. Invite the company of heaven and go. Color the world with your beautiful colors of your souls, with love and gratitude. Antonesia. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Celia Fenn, 19th of February 2022 through 22/2022 and 22/2022. The sun has moved into watery Pisces, and I can certainly feel the change after light and airy Aquarius. Things seem a little heavier, almost like being underwater for a while. Of course, the upside of Pisces is the Neptunian energy of spiritual idealism. So this is also a good time to align with higher frequencies and ignore all the noise out there. Then we have those powerful 2 days coming up where the energy of the Divine Feminine in her creative Sophia aspect is so strong. But don't forget all the zeros in there. The zero brings in the wild card element. We just don't know what will emerge from this creative vortex, but we trust that it will be for the highest good of humanity and the planet. I am working very strongly at this time with the energy of simple joy. When things get too heavy and difficult, I take several deep breaths that inflates the lungs, calms the body, and opens the heart center. Then I focus on things that bring me joy. Simple things like a vase of flowers, a cup of tea or coffee, listening to music, or being in nature, or with my cat or a good friend. The more I focus on simple joy, the more I create that joy in my life, and the more the anxiety and stress become just background noise. This is important because at this time of increased light codes and DNA activations, we want to keep our frequency high and our energy signature as clear and coherent as possible. We are emerging as Homo Luminoso, or the luminous angelic human, New Earth human. I like the term Angelica Luminosa as I identify strongly with my angelic family. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. From StarChildGlobal.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Linda Good McGillis. In the informational war of this world, bipolarity and duality confuses the masses. All this information that twists and turns, contradicts and enhances exaggeration. The biggest tale of tells, the human population has been enslaved. Let's observe this. We know this is an inverted matrix, upside down, inverted and twisted from our organic nature. And that means direct opposite of what is accurate and actual. In this version of reality realms, it is said you were created to be slaves. Yet is that verily honest, accurate, actual, and true? In higher dimensional realms and frequency worlds, we are powerful beings of instant manifestation. We have extraordinary abilities, gifts, that make us capable of things and doing things unimaginable and seemingly impossible in these realms here. Humans refer to it as superhuman. Very easy to materialize, manifest anything with absolutely no effort. In this inverted world, we have to work and work and work to achieve something, anything. Hard work to materialize and manifest. All your effort, blood, sweat, heart, tears, hours of hard work into an idea to come alive, manifest. If in other realms it's easy and instantaneous, and in this inversion it takes years, and seemingly forever, to make and create something to happen, then would it not feel like you were a slave compared to the worlds of your unseen soul, where all is easy, effortless, instant? In other realms, harvest is instant. These realms cyclic and seasonal. One you have no work, one you have all work. Have you truly been enslaved? Were you truly created to be slaves? Or is that the veil of lies? The story that was told to yourselves in order to descend, to evolve? Was giving up the effortless abilities for hard work and effort, polarity of each other, really an enslavement? Or was it ourselves that chose it? Are you verily enslaved, or is it just information that has been twisted, turned, mistranslated, distorted out of ignorance, assumption, and opinion? No one has ever been enslaved. It was chosen to experience opposites, diversity, uniqueness, dullness. Do you see how easily fooled this world is by information? How easy it is to promote something as real, true, accurate, and actual? It certainly would feel like slavery to a soul who is superhuman and effortless in its power. Namaste. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Judith Kusel, this is the time of the great collapse of the old earth, the old systems, the old ways. We are being pushed out of our comfort zones and way beyond anything we have ever known or experienced before. As we transfigure into the new light bodies and new earth, and new forms of life and patternings of life, the old systems are going to have crazy, last, and desperate attempts to cling onto the old ways, yet find that as much as they cling and try to fix all the cracks appearing everywhere, the more all comes tumbling down. Yes, we are getting challenged, me too, and immensely so, but this morning I know for sure to not attach to anything anymore, but to move forward, one single step at a time, ever forward into the unknown, with faith and trust that all will work out in ways we cannot even imagine right now. More than this, with every single step, we are being assisted and being carried through by the divine and the hosts of heavens. It is time to open our hearts and souls even more and to expand in all directions, way beyond anything known before, but which our souls are more than capable to fully expand into. We have been prepared for this many lifetimes and agreed to be here, to transfigure in the new earth, and to now fully lay down the foundations of the new golden age with unconditional love. All is well and all is on track. From JudithKusel.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithica, Nebulas, Universal Creation, 3D to 5D Expansion. Our role is to provide answers to your cosmic origins, assist your individual journeys in the current planetary expansion. For the Starseed frequency is beyond many residing in your world. Know their window of light is beginning to awaken from the limitations beyond the construct. We ask you to visualize a floating nebula, for it is a cocoon of unique light encodements of birth and creation. To focus on the nebula image, for it amplifies the frequency of expansion and universal knowing to a greater expansion of your existence. For many beings use nebulas as places of sanctuary and can be seen as points of unity across the galaxy. We ask you to expand your interdimensional vision and feel into the frequency as you start from a 3D eye vision energetic perspective. Expand the feeling of the nebula. Expand your point of connection to the higher dimensions. What do you feel and perceive? Understand this is a wonderful technique to raise your travel capabilities and see a multidimensional perspective of the universe. To understand your role is to expand your connection beyond the 3D dimensional reality, to visualize beyond the 3D, to know your travel capabilities are fully available to the higher dimensions. Simply believe and connect. To take this a step further as you're expanding now, simply feel and believe. With love and blessings, the Arcturian and Karen from KarenLithica.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Aluna Joy Yashkeen. The energy is coming in so very high now. It is very chaotic for our old selves as our new selves begin to land in our physical bodies. It is becoming painfully clear when any experience around us is not clear, clean, conscious, or healthy. We can see this in ourselves and others and in our world. We are entering an incredibly deep dive into all aspects of ourselves that must be learned from, let go of, released, and or returned to sender. And then comes the forgiveness and hopefully the great forgetting, a subject for another time. As the Apostle Paul said, I die daily. I think what he was speaking about was his dying to his old self and being reborn every single day. I can't even imagine going through this entire process every single day, but we have become more aware of this process for at least the last couple years. This is a process that began in very underwhelming and for many in a disappointing way at the end of the year 2012. I feel like the gravity of the new Earth cycle has begun to embody us now. We're starting to put our feet down in this new time. We still can't see our feet on the ground underneath us because we are so very pregnant with all the possibility, but I can feel us starting to land. Aboriginals say that our dream world is the real world and the awake world is the illusion. I feel we are starting to experience this. In recent days, many feel like we are walking through life like a ghost, like sleepwalking, dream-walking. We don't feel like ourselves anymore. We feel like the emptied chalice, waiting for something that is worthy enough to put back in our purified, sacred vessels. And this is a process that cannot be rushed. So I expect we will all try to force it from time to time, only to be put back in the void, waiting for just the right unique frequency. For some odd reason, even though we feel like we are walking through a dreamy void where we can barely hang on to time and space, many are not feeling worried about what comes next, or even our tomorrows. We're feeling oddly neutral and at peace, even though everything around us seems to be falling apart and crumbling. There still can be great suffering along with many regrets, but it doesn't impact us in the same way as before. Something at our core has changed. It has changed our base perceptions on how we perceive life. But as things continue to crumble, some things in our lives we can still maintain. Other things crumble beyond repair, and there is grief in letting go. At the same time, we can feel an odd prevalent peace for where we are right now. Somehow deep inside we know it's going to be okay. We just don't know how. Not yet anyway. We're becoming way more sensitive than we have ever been before. Some are bordering the edges of obtaining telepathy. Maybe all the isolation has really helped us in this matter, even though the process is really quite uncomfortable and takes time for us to adjust. Even little things that are out of alignment with the truth of the new frequencies are so painful that we can hardly tolerate it. It sounds like a challenging situation, but actually it's quite beautiful. The Earth is raising her frequency faster than ever before. The pace is so fast, we have no time to think moment to moment, because we are leaping and leaping again into a void, hoping and praying that the landing will be survivable. Because we're in a physical body on this Earth, there is no way to avoid rising up with Mother Earth. And now it has become just too painful not to let go and let God. The only way out is through. This time has hit my entire life very deeply. I have had to go into some very deep surrender modes for a lot of reasons. It is the most challenging time I have felt since the mid-1980s, just before the harmonic convergence of 1987. But most of us have a much bigger toolbox now and deeper wisdom on how to handle situations like this. Still, it's not an easy journey. After the harmonic convergence was a great wave of awakening for uncountable people, and nothing that we could have ever imagined has transpired after that time. My life was completely and totally different, a total reboot that I tried so very hard to avoid. We all try to avoid change. It's human nature to want to hang on to the status quo, but sometimes the universe loves us so much that it picks us up and puts us right back on track. I can see this time as spherical for sure. We have detoured so far away from truth, or maybe we are just now realizing it, but we are coming back around to a new beginning at a higher frequency. I don't think we're going to be allowed to detour much further away from our cores. These days I am just allowing and being present to what transpires next. For people who have been able to see, like oracles, clairvoyants, sensitives, this time has been incredibly tough because we're used to seeing out in front of us like a blazing headlight into the future. Right now we can only see glimpses. The glimpses I see feel really incredible, but they're only there for a fraction of a second and not long enough to hold on to or able to grasp so we can look deeper. It's like watching the movie of our lives on fast forward. We might feel deeply tired in ways we haven't felt in a very long time. Our bodies are deeply changing to assimilate the new energies. There is no coming back from this. The changes are not reversible, and where you are in this moment is certainly not the destination. Deep rest is badly needed, yet it might not come easily to us. Deep down I know it's all good, and I'm not sugarcoating this. People that know me know I don't do that. I really balk at people's sugarcoating reality for the sake of being positive and spiritually correct. When we avoid our challenges, our wounds, our pain, those issues become like a little child who feels even more ignored and unloved, and they only get more insistent that you pay attention. Sugarcoating is a form of avoidance, and right now avoidance is almost like a poison to us. Love seems to be the forefront of what is coming ahead of us, but we can only get little glimpses. All I know is love is going to be the answer. We always say this, we all know this, but now it's becoming increasingly apparent that it is a powerful force to be reckoned with. It's not the sweet, sugary coated love that we romanticize about. Love will shred anything that's anything but fear, judgment, control, anger, ego, lies, greed, manipulation. Even running from facing our shadows and our deepest wounds in our past isn't going to work anymore. People are literally quaking in their skin as all the miscreations from our past are being shaken out of us. We have gone out to the outer reaches of so many programs, ideas, thoughts, and perspectives. It's all circling back around, back to a great cosmic center. We all have felt so separated at this time, and now I can see it was only a giant spherical timeline where we all come back together as one, and realize how ridiculous we have all been. We have been passing judgments on each other for the most ridiculous petty reasons, cutting ties with people that are like-minded family over one or two simple differences, and yet it's still important to maintain boundaries to experiences that have just become too toxic to move forward. This is what is awakening is all about. It's not something we learn when we read in a book or go to a workshop or watch a video. Awakening comes from deep and oftentimes gut-wrenching awareness of painful life experiences. The type of life experience that makes us cry to God for mercy. And when you discover the relief isn't coming because we are God, we have a choice. We can give up or stand up and get stronger. And I know a lot of you out there are getting so much stronger, but you might not feel this right now. But you are. From alunajoy.com. And from Divine Brothor of the Light Richard Rudd, Gene Keys, Unlocking the Higher Purpose Hidden in Your DNA. February 19th, 2022 through February 23rd, 2022. Gene Key 55. Victimization, freedom, freedom. A vast and dynamic change in the form of a genetic cellular mutation is coming to human beings. It is being triggered by this 55th gene key and its related amino acid, histidine. At a chemical level, your own body is in the process of repairing for this mutation as you hear these words. The process is underway at a collective level too, and not a single human being is immune to it. At its highest level, the 55th gene key is the release code for higher consciousness. There are many profound implications to this process, and there is a specific sequence to its unfolding. As we examine this gene key in further depth, we shall try to look ahead to the kinds of changes we are facing and how they may affect us both as individuals and as a society in general. From the Gene Keys books, and from the I Ching, the classic book of change, Hexagram 55, Abundance. Spiritual thunder ignites passionate fire. Awareness penetrates deep into the body. Rise up and meet the highest frequency. Freedom is the awakening of rapture. Freedom is the initiative of lightness. Victimization is the agitation of desire. Realization of passion. When the king is enlightened, there is no need to fear a change. We can't chase freedom. We can't run out and sell everything and drop our dreams and become a monk or hermit drifting about. We have no choice of dropping our dreams. We have to be so patient. Freedom will come on its own. without our doing anything. We have to live as a human, with all the trappings and trimmings, and from within that our freedom will arise. Richard Rudd's 64 Ways, from GeneKeys.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light Leah Whitehorse. Lunar aspects, we're still strongly under the influence of the Jupiter-Uranus sextile, and this aspect will be in play until March. But as we get used to the noise and look for breakthrough opportunities for change, the mood shifts, and thoughts turn to more immediate matters. The moon enters Libra, a sign associated with relationships, and soon after reaches out to Mercury. There's a need to talk, to communicate our thoughts and feelings. It's perfect for business meetings and personal get-togethers alike. But as the day moves on, the moon's opposition to Chiron could knock us off balance. We may be more easily triggered, super sensitive to people's opinions, more conscious of what is said and how. The need to feel others are on our side is acute, and it's easy to misinterpret intentions if we feel rejected. Libra's tendency towards passive aggression and codependency can muddy alliances. Come back to center, address conflicts calmly, foster good relations, choose diplomacy. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And from 13 Moon Peace Time, Keen 172, Yellow Electric Human. Yellow human qualities: abundance, harvest, open vessel, quickening, cornucopia, free will, choice maker, responsibility, chalice, emptiness. Yellow human asks you to strengthen and clear your physical vessel in order to prepare for the expanded energies of higher mind. Your chalice of self is being purified through vibrational adjustments in the brain-body system. With this quickening, adjustments are made and your circuits of consciousness are naturally transformed. Often this process is accompanied by sensation of being altered or rewired. Higher centers of the brain and the light-sensitive pineal and pituitary glands are being activated to contain more light. This penetration brings you to a critical threshold, creating enormous change at the cellular level. It also activates soul memories and expands your concepts of reality. Meditate on the cornucopia with you at its center. Lift the chalice of your self-generated energy vortex to greet the vortex that will descend from above. As an open vessel, prepare a place to receive yellow human's gifts. When you flow in unconditional love, all the fruits of the universe rush towards you for benediction. The harmonic wisdom of yellow human is resonance, the quality of sounding again. When you strike a tuning fork, another tuning fork next to it will begin to resonate in response because of its similar vibrational makeup and structural attunement. When you are being the vibration of all that you are, a natural resonance is set up for your chalice to be filled and your world to become fully resonant. Cosmic History quote for Moon 8, Day 13. Chakras can be thought of as switches we turn on. When the chakras inside the planet are switched on, then shadows dissolve and a new world is revealed. Galactic Hawk Moon. Hawk spirit animals invite us to be focused in our daily undertakings. When you feel the presence of the hawk totem, avoid distractions and focus on the task at hand. At the same time, hawks can soar and fly high in the sky. This animal has the power to provide support in gaining a higher level perspective on any issue or project you undertake. When the hawk appears in your life, it perhaps is time to be less distracted by the details and focus on the higher perspective. Relying on the hawk power, you can see what's ahead clearly and defy any obstacles that may be on your way. A specific way the hawk guidance works is to use a high level and yet clear and focused vision to guide your action. The hawk spirit animal is associated with the power of vision. If you have the hawk as a totem, you have or are developing the ability to see clearly and have strong visions. Perhaps you even use clairvoyant skills to support your goals in life and communication with others. When you have the hawk as a spirit animal, you may have a natural inclination to receive visions, either in dreams or awake. Your extrasensory abilities and intuition are supported by the power of this animal. The hawk totem is strongly connected to the spiritual realms. When it shows up in your life, you may be called to pay attention and experience rapid spiritual development. As you develop your relationship with your totem, you may be inspired to feel your connection with spirit more fully. From spiritanimal.info. Key 11.2. From the fourth dimensional vantage point, the universe represents a hypercube, an all-equalizing, omnipresent reality with many different dimensions of spheres within spheres within spheres. 260 keys to Synchronotron, 13moonpeacetime.com. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 172, Yellow Electric Human. Electric is the name for the number 3, and its keywords are active, service, and bond. The third day of a wave spell is when things really start to get going. Day 1 identifies the purpose, Day 2 identifies the obstacles, and Day 3 pushes the launch button. This activating energy electrifies any day it falls on. Today is Yellow Human, which represents wisdom, free will, and influence. So today we activate the human. Yellow Human is a vessel that fills with wisdom from spirit. We activate that channel today, and so be prepared for your intuition to be bang on. The Yellow Human has free will to do with that wisdom what he or she chooses. So consider carefully what you share. The message may be just for you. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Yellow Electric Human. 3 Abe, Keen 172, 19th of February 2022, activating service. 19-2-2022 equal 10-2-6 equal 1-8 equal 9. Day codes 19, Prince of Peace, fulfillment, honor, happiness. 10, manifestation, power, authority. 1, new beginnings, original, leader. 9, completion, destiny, humanity, grace. Month year codes. 2, twins, partners, cooperation, alliances. 6, heaven, Christ, family, romance, fertility. 8, infinite abundant source flow. 20, the awakening, clear vision. 22, architect of peace, master builder. Keen 172 equal 10 equal 1, new beginnings, 10-10, 1-1 codes. A divine day to activate our legendary divine service missions. Hop to it. Day 3 in the White Dog wave spell of unconditional love, loyalty, devotion, service, friendship, and faith. We are uncovering and healing all that separates us from source love in order to be love. Today we use our intelligence to fearlessly choose the path of service that leads to greater love. Tone of creation, electric is tone number 3 in the tone of creation. It is the first of the 3 emotional realm tones. The eagle has landed. There is a very strong emotional charge today which may create outbursts, tantrums, in those who need to find their balance, particularly as Yellow Warrior, as present in the higher guide position. Electric energy may create a short fuse, making things combustible. The battles may arise in order to be resolved, in order to reach a higher frequency. The electric energy can be better harvested through the higher aspects of this tone, which encompass being of service to others, through the action of bonding, that is, coming together with others to co-create and be of service. As we are in an electric seed year, the electric tone is doubled and strongly activating our bonding and service today. The electric tone beautifully combines with today's gift, White Wind, to focus on divine will and your divine service mission. Our challenge today is to surrender our human will and align with the greater divine will in our destined missions. Let go of the dramas and take up your new frontline position as a leader of New Earth. Open to the magic and be receptive and watch your life magically transform in wondrous ways. Greater devotion through divine service to others is the highest path to pure, unconditional, divine love. Today's question is, how can I serve Spirit through fearlessly choosing to activate unconditional love, leaving the battles of the past behind? Divine blessings for liberating yourself from the emotional battlefields and rising to a higher plane of love. In la ketch a la keen, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 172, Yellow Electric Human. The mantra, the code for today is, I activate in order to influence. Bonding wisdom, I seal the process of free will. With the electric tone of service, I am guided by the power of intelligence. And on this day of powerful activations, transformations, and manifestations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now, I'd like to take the time to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. It's because of your monthly pledges and donations we're able to continue this work. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Amanda Rice, for your pledge and support on Patreon, and welcome to the tribe of the Eagle and Condor. If you'd like to help us continue bringing these transmissions to the world and take part of our teaching, practices, and arts on Patreon, you can make a monthly pledge at our link at whitegoldeagle.com. Now I'd like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Rebecca Castle, for your donation today. Thank you very much, Divine Sister. We appreciate you and your support. If you'd like to support us with a one-time donation, you can do so to our link at eaglelovecondor.com. Now I'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condor's artwork. You can purchase her beautiful zodiac goddesses, goddess totems, healing jewelry, and other works of art at lunagoddessart.com. Now we're going to complete today's transmissions with powerful codes from our 17th dimensional beings of light and from the Tzolk'in. Pleiades 1 messages, February 19, 2022. P1 calling Terrans for origins recognition. Attention for calls in PVSE-SDE. Anomaly 1 and hasty discontinuation. Lenticulars increase projections. Larger alliances continue to form. Peace is irreversible. Special sensors are installed for wave cancellations. Lemurian pearls and bearers reconnections. Reverberation 76% non-regressive. Hermetic sync started 94% non-regressive. Hermetic reverberations in progress 94% non-regressive. Transfers to Cathart are approved. Second wave 41% non-regressive. Unconscious liberations initiated, 2/3 layer specific greater than 42% non-regressive. 444 local and definitive decline. Infiltrations +++ started equal 93% non-regressive. Kingdoms of sages are established. Temporarily end of transmission, Pleiades 1, supporting anchoring on island of purification +++ from disclosurenews.it. And now sacred code from the Tzolk'in, shared by Ed Torreta. I am the wise man, coded by the yellow human. 12 is my number, the perfect root of the mystic 144. Perfection of the human temple, benevolent, kind, and amazing. I am the wise judge and the discriminator, control the 7 centers, and perfecting the laws of internal and external forces. Higher mind control is the power of my influence. In my right hand I hold a double finished crystal, balancing form with skill, in my left hand holding the crystal ball of universally impartial wisdom and clear vision. My path is spontaneous driving. Free yourself from the lies. I am the sketch of the purified solar human. I speak in the voice of the noosphere, announcing the return of all good things. To know me is to know yourself. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. 1133 coming in. The foundation and the apex of the sacred pyramid, the fire in the middle, the holy vortex. As we continue to rise, 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 as we smile, 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 and ground, 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 as we anchor into Mother Earth, deep into the crystal core of Pachamama, as we continue to walk each other home, down the red road to the sacred fire at the center of the holy hoop. Keep walking gently your sacred path with heart, with peace and love in every step. Keep shining your light brightly into the night. And be sure to make this the best day ever. The Eagle and the Condor love you all. Namaste.